All right, Zoom man people, can you see this out there? You can see this black X I'm drawing right there? No black X, thank you. How about circle black X? You see it?
Yeah, I'm not ready.
Sweet. Okay. What I need you guys to know so far, and please, anything I'm learning you here or relearning you or reteaching you, anything confusing, please ask me a question. That's the only way you get extra credit. But so far, what I've taught you are linear transformations. This is a translation. We're going to be sliding that line either up or down. I got to have you know a linear translation where the line starts somewhere and slides up or slides down. And then got to write both equations. Then I got to have you know your similar triangle stuff where you got, for this guy, a little baby and then the big overall daddy triangle, similar triangle ratios. And then all of the congruent stuff, got to know. And then one more added little one. If you want to try to find a pencil or bone one, feel free. This one right here, where I give you the theorem and I give you the marks and say, where would the third mark go to make it look like that? All right, so let me show you. If those of you want extra credit, make me stop. Ask credit questions. All right, first thing I need you to know is, for this, the very first one we give you, that's the starting one. That's the pre-image. The second one listed is the image after the move. Always going to be like that. Or how you could really tell, the pre-image just has either f of x or g of x and just a regular old slope-intercept form equation. The transformation one where all the magic happens is this one that shows that you're taking part of the other one and putting it there. So for my people who are paying attention to me, you got to know the starting one, whether it be f or g, is the first one. The transform one after the move is the second one. Hopefully you know that. So if you could start these by graphing the first one, hopefully I've taught you enough. This is positive 1 right here. What you do next is look at the number in front of x. If it's not a fraction, put it over 1. If it's a fraction, woo, don't gotta put it over 1. You got your rise and run. So from there, start and go 3 over up 1. You have to know this to pass math 1 and move on to math 2. Gotta know how to graph. Stair step the opposite way. Down 1, left 3. Don't jack it up. Don't go right 1, up 3, right 1, up 3, and then when you're stair step the other way, go like down 1, left 2. People are tripping out. Why? Gotta be precise. If you're going right 3, up 1, and you're reversing down 1, left 3, you best go down 1, left 3. People still getting sloppy and putting their points in random spots. I'm like, what? And the good thing about being in class live is I could see when people are tripping out and doing random stuff, like putting the dot in the wrong spot, not following this pattern, and then draw your line. So right there, gotta have you know how to graph a line. Can I stop right there? Explain anything better? Because man, if I'm letting you down and not teaching you enough how to graph just a regular line, your math 2 teachers are gonna laugh at me and go, what the heck were you doing, Marshall? Please, I'm paying you extra credit. Can I explain that? All right. And then for my Sharpies, know this is the beginning. The new one is going to be slid either up that line or down that line. You know by this number right here. This is telling me this is where it's starting. And it's going to be the new one slid down 4 boxes on the y-axis. It's going to go right through there with the same slope. So you could do it that way. You could graph the first one, look at the shift number, and know that it's going down 4 boxes. And then through that spot, go right 3, up 1. You're not ever changing the slope. Opposite way, draw your line. And then you could write that f of x1, and then write the equation yourself. Hopefully you know this equation in red. This is the equation 1/3 x minus 4. I'm sorry, minus 3. I'll take a break while he's cutting his pencil. If you guys look at that, maybe formulate some extra code. Try to come to class with your pencils pretty sharpened. Make sure you in the audience, you're writing this down. You're not writing it down for nothing. You're going to be turning this in. You're not writing this down for nothing. Make sure you in the audience, you're writing this down too, because if not, I'll give you a misconduct, keep you after class. And if you continue to be in my class and not write what you're supposed to, eventually I'll kick you out and it'll be a discipline problem. All right. So knowing that, one way you could do it, this is a power concept. I'm trying to review it and get extra credit. You got to know where to start. You got to know where to go. You got to know how to write a new equation of a new line. Or another way you could get that equation of this new line is high tech. Plug in one piece into the other and get the new y-intercept from right here, because today's concept is really about what happens right here. It's all about how that original one and the new shift number turn into this. That's really what we're doing today. So you can either get that number by starting, shifting down, writing, there it is, or plugging one into the other, doing the math. Oh, that's the equation for it. I'll stop right there. Big concept, quarter 4 for big extra credit Monday morning. I know sometimes it's hard to get the brains rolling, but anything I could explain better, different. I have no idea what I'm doing here. Extra credit. All right, that sound you hear, you know that sound? The sound of extra credit passing you by. There she goes. You'll never get it back. Ever. Never. All right. The next concept I got to have you know, and hopefully one of you out there is looking at that bottom equation one and be all, oh, piece of cake, man. I'll do it and explain it. Get extra credit. All right. The other problem I got to have you know this quarter is the similar triangle one. But this one, the way I'm doing it is you got your little bitty, but then you got your big overall daddy. And the pieces of the big daddy triangle you got to know. This 16 and 4 combine to give you the bottom length of that big daddy triangle. This 28 and 7, I use those two numbers to get the big daddy length of the hypotenuse. And then when I set up my ratio, again, make sure they match. I'm going to go x over 4, but I'm going to make sure it matches that pattern exactly for the other one. If I'm doing the little bitty over 4, I'm going to then do the big side of the big daddy over the bottom length. But if I trip out and do 15 over 16, I'm sunk. It's x over 4 equals 15 over 20. Again, if you put 16 there, 4, you're sunk. 15 over 20. You could have done other ways. You could have done 7 over x equals 35 over 15. Could have done 4 over x equal 20 over 15. Could have done 35 over 20 equals 7 over 4 if you want to get half credit because there's no x in there. And then cross multiply. Get that answer for x. With my pen, that's going to be right. Try to draw that. There we go. Crisscross multiply one way gives me 20x. The other way gives me 60. Please, when you're doing these crisscross multiplies, take the time to cross multiply first. Step back, see what you got. That's a one-step equation. I'm going to divide by 20 there. Some of you are doing random stuff when you're doing those, and you're like crisscross multiplying and trying to divide at the same time. I'm seeing people trip out. They're like, oh, this is 20x, and then I'm dividing right there already, and I'm like, what? Stop. Just crisscross multiply first. Take a deep breath. That's 20x this way. The other way. Equal 60. Stop. That's a one-step equation. And then one step, show me you're dividing by 20. Now show you're dividing by 20 after you wrote the equation. And that will give you the new piece, which is 3. Hallelujah, I got a question. Or did I make a mistake?
When you cross multiply, like how do you know what number to put first when you like write it out?
Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, I could have wrote this 60 equal 20x, would have got me the same answer. I mean, you're talking how I write the 20 first and then the 60 second. Because if I wrote this 60 equal 20x, that one-step equation would have gave me the same answer for x3. But I'm telling you, Daphne, people, when they see an equation written like this, because they're not really used to it, they run and cry. They don't know what to do. That's a one-step equation reversed. You're most used to them looking like that. Hallelujah. Second question. All right, and then the third one. Here we go. Congruency, gotta know it. This one, I'm giving you the angle sandwiched between another angle, pure sandwiched look. Know that? Know the sandwiches, especially if you're a food eating person. Know to put that congruent symbol there to prove to me that you know they're equal in every way. The other sandwich, know it. This side angle, side sandwich one. Telling you, most people recognize the sandwich ones because they can see that something's clearly between two other pieces. But the harder ones are the not sandwich ones, where this one is an angle, and a side. That's not angle, side, angle. That would have looked like this if I wanted angle, side, angle. That's angle, side, which is also congruent. The ass one is bad. Ass is bad. And then this one right here, angle, means they're not congruent. They're similar. You could put this symbol. But if you'd be putting that symbol, I'm going to mark you off. They're similar, not congruent. Or you could write similar if you want. And then the last one, if this is ass, and I'm giving you the angle and a side, there's only one place you could put the other side for it to show ass. You wouldn't want to put it right here because that would show side angle side, so don't put it there. You don't want to put a little angle mark like this because that would be angle side angle. I need angle side side. I need to put a side right here and then right here. And then to get full credit, you can't leave it like that. That's showing all of these are equal. You got to put double right here to show that these two are equal, but not equal though. These are separately equal. If you just jack it up and just put one little mark, I'm going to dock off some points. Got to be double. That is the only spot I could put the mark to show ass. What do you think? All right, it's got to be someone out there who, in their boredom, because they know everything that I teach them already, that you've tried the bottom ones. 3 of you, if you could show me your work, big extra credit, let you leave first. And then if you show your work, I will never leave you hanging. I will always make you look good, I promise. So before I help anybody, I want to help after you see your classmates do it first. Then I'll help. Are there 3 of you out there who have the guts to show me what you did on these bottom ones and explain what you did? Because no matter what, you're going to be doing it and turning it in. So when you see your classmates who are doing it for the extra credit, write what they're doing so you can turn it in. You're building reps. It's helping you. There's got to be someone out there who knows how to do it. And even if not, I'll give you a guidance. So that first one, graph the first one. Know that it's being shifted up 3. Graph the second one. Give me the equation of the second one. Solve this ratio. Give me these as theorems, and then put the mark in the right spot. And then we'll get into today's stuff. If it takes too long, maybe I'll have only one person show it. Try your best. No grade on the line. Just try. Really see what you could have been asking me for extra credit. Now, maybe you're seeing, oh man, I should have asked that. I could have got extra credit. Now you're really seeing maybe look for that. Yeah. Calculators are always for you, thank you. And straight edge is always for you. Sorry about that. All my stuff is your stuff. My plugs, my calculators, my straight edges. If we get back into constructions, my compasses, my stapler, my calculators, my straight edges, my super ghetto pencil sharpener. If I was you, invest in a mechanical pencil. This pencil sharpener is so ghetto. You'll be taking a big test, and your partner next to you you're competing with jobs for, they'll be clicking one problem away, and you'll be grinding your pencil down while they're on the 10th problem. I would get a mechanical pencil. If I was you, you're priceless. They're like $2. They're worth it. The pencil sharpeners on campus are terrible. If you use a pen in that, I'll grade it. But if it starts looking ghetto, I'm going to just straight up call it ghetto. Maybe if you're offended, you'll get a pencil or something. Pens don't really belong in that. It's super fine. I'll help you after the puns. So as you're trying this set, this is hopefully letting you yourself know where you are. Are you with us as a class? Are you falling behind us? I'm going to show you all these here. I promise. Just be patient. I want you to maybe be thinking inside, man, I should have asked those questions in one of those extra Marshall was asking. And then know you guys are smart enough to do this. Is no way above you guys. And when you see your hotshot classmates do it, know if they can do it, you can do it. They're not any smarter than you. They might be more motivated, and eventually you'll be working for them one day, but they're not any smarter than you. And you'll see, I can't get the coach out of me. Everything for me is like kind of competition, which the real world really is. You're competing every second against every person who do it. Jobs, money, resources. You try to calculate it up there if you want. I'm not helping with the map yet. I will. Right now, I want you to see what you know and what you don't know. I will help you, I promise you. So hopefully, my top performers, you're really seeing, oh, I got some issues with this problem here. Uh-oh, Marshall better teach it to me. And then calculators, please use mine. I don't want you using any of your cell phones, watches. I want you to use my calculators. No cell phones ever, unless it's at the end of the period and I tell you can bust them out in class. Don't ever want to see your cell phone. Don't want to see you looking at your watch. Back to good old-fashioned in-school learning, right? Best way to learn math. Possible to learn math and new. All right, is there one person out there or a couple got some work for me to show? Partial? Work, right or wrong? Give you full credit? Won't make you finish up anything else? You got something for me? And then a Zoom lander, you got something for me? You put it on your slide for me to see. All right, I'm gonna start with these in-class people, and then I'll open up your slide. Is this Taylor out there? And I'll show you some extra, Taylor, if I could look at your picture there. All right, first one here. Oh, there's no name on this. Who is this? Okay, well, just let me know whoever I'm talking to out there in Zoom land. I want to try to give you equal opportunity. All right, so I got one from Daphne, Alex, Catalina. Who was this fourth person? Camille? I'll help her out because she's volunteering to talk about one. Usually what I do, if you turn in papers without a name, I give what's called a misconduct. It's like a yellow card, make you stay after class. So what happens with no names is people, they get in my face because they know they did it. And they're like, Marshall, you put a 0 for me, but it's because you didn't put your name on it. So to keep you from getting in my face or keep you from doing work and getting a 0, put your name on it. So if I do keep you after for not putting your name on things, maybe you'll remember. All right, Camille, can you talk about this first one right here, Camille? What you did?
Wait, is that the one that we just did?
Oh yeah, sorry about that. Thank you. Helped out the old man. All right, can you tell us how you started this guy right here?
Well, I started with putting it on the 1.
Perfect.
And then I went to the side 2 and then went up 1.
Ooh, let me ask you this. How come you're going right 2, up 1?
Oh, it's negative.
So really, what should you really done? Right 2.
Go down?
Yep, right 2, down 1. You'll see that people graph this negative 1/2 slope. It's really going right 2, down 1.
Okay.
So yeah, this is perfect because your graph's perfect. And then right here too, your second one, it doesn't look like you moved the second one up 3 where it should have really went.
Oh, okay.
Looked like you took the second one and moved it down. That would have been -3 if I wanted that.
Okay.
And then real quick here, Camille, what'd you do for your ratio right here?
I put the X and then I put 6 because,
That's the little one, right?
yeah.
And then how'd you get these numbers?
I got 12 from the other side, the bigger.
Over 18?
Yeah.
All right, good job. Let's keep rolling here. Oh, you guys showing this one right here? Let's look at this. Alex, can you talk about your first one? Oh, sorry about that. All right, here it is. Alex, what'd you do for this first one?
I started on 1, I just put a pre-image, so, and then I went down 1 over 2.
So you like to go down and over?
Yeah.
The way I like to teach it is always do your run this way. So when you're doing your run, you only have one option after that, or 2 really. You got your run. If it's a positive rise, up from there. Or if your rise is negative after you've done your run, down from there. So I'm telling you, if you start mixing it up and not always doing run first, and then either from there going up, or run first doing rise, you're going to get jacked up. People going down and over and up, and this way. So again, keep it easy. Do the run. 2, run left to right. Always do your run the way you read a book, the way you do order of operations, left to right. And then after that, you only have one option from there, whether a positive rise or after you've done your run, a negative rise. Keep it easy. All right. And then hopefully you can see here, sorry to overcome what he's talking about. He graphed this perfect. He moved the second one 3 boxes up, graphed that line, and he could either, with that new line and being smart, knowing it's the same slope, but with his eyeball, this new y-intercept, or he could get that new y-intercept by adding these 2 to get 4 right there. All right, let me stop right there. Anything I could explain about this problem right here in terms of what you should know? Here's the original. Here's the new one moved up 4 or 3. That moving up 3 doesn't give you the new y-intercept. It just shows you where the new y-intercept is going to be, or gives you the algebra to get that new y-intercept. All right, Catalina, can you talk about your ratio one right here?
What was it? Oh. Alright, so I did x over 6, and then I did 12, which is the large side, and then 18. Then I did the cross multiplying, which I got 18x equals 72. Then I divided it by 18 and I got x equals 4.
Can you, because you're smart, is there another ratio I could have used to get that same answer?
You could have done x over 8.
Ooh, x over 8, as long as you did.
And then 12 over 16.
Ooh,
Or
not.
12 over 24.
There you go, yeah. Not 12 over 16, 12 over 24. Good job, lady. Can you talk about this one real quick? Your triangles.
Yes. Okay, so the first one is side, angle, side, which that's congruent. And then the next one is angle, side, angle, which that's congruent. Then the next one is side, 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 which that's congruent. And then I wasn't sure if I got this one right, but side, angle, side, which is congruent.
The side angle side shows an angle clearly sandwiched between two sides.
Okay.
Is this angle right here sandwiched between two sides?
Yeah.
So I have a side right here. Do you see the other side around that angle? If I wanted this to be, I would have had the mark be right here, lady.
Okay.
But because it's not like that, that's not side angle side.
Alright.
Because I put the mark right here, do you really see what that is?
Yeah.
What is it?
Is it?
It's the bad one.
Oh, okay, so there you go.
Yep, that's ass. That's bad. Do you guys see that? This ain't no side angle side. It's tricky, I know. This is ASS or SSA. That's bad. And then real quick on this one, lady, where'd you put your mark on this one?
I put it at the top of the two angle and on both sides.
Good. I like it. And then if you're trying to get full credit, I would be writing what this lady wrote, except this one right ass, because this is ass. And then this one right here, this is perfect. Look at it. This is angle, angle, side. Notice she put double marks right here, not just singles. And then while maybe you're looking at what that beautiful work that she's doing, and then right here, just make sure you know this is really 4 right there. It's not 3. If you would have told me this new equation right here, after I moved it up 3 boxes, if you would have told me the y-intercept is 3, I would have marked it wrong. But do you see how really the y-intercept is 4?
Yeah.
Either by moving up to here, eyeball tells me 4. Or this put right here, that 1 and that 3, really combined to give you that 4 too. All right, anyone, while you're writing this down to get full credit, questions for me out there? Zoom man people, I'm not sure if I'm going to have time for you due to time constraints. But anyone looking at that, just having still no idea what your classmates are doing or why they're passing you by or what I could do to help you catch up with them? Anybody? Avian.
I have no idea what that middle one is.
This one. Do you see how this is the little triangle in the inside?
Yeah.
And do you see the bigger one on the outside?
Mm-hmm.
So the first thing this person did was saw that this little one has all the parts. X, 6, 8. But the big one, this is 12, but the whole bottom length is 18, and this whole length right here is 24.
Yeah.
You see that first? And then what they did is they established their first pattern. They did the little side of the baby over the bottom of the baby. And then they kept that pattern the same with the big daddy. If I do the little side of the baby over the bottom of the baby, I got to do the side of the big daddy over the whole bottom of the big daddy. That's how they set that up.
So Carl did 27 come up.
27.
72.
Oh, they got that when they take their ratio and trying to solve for x, start crisscross multiplying. This way, they got the 72 and they timed this on my calculator, maybe. And this way, they got 18x.
Okay, I got
So 18x, 6 times dose on the calculator, 72. And then I bet this person wrote that equation first and then divided by 18. Because some people are trying to do this and divide at the same time. And that's 4. And that makes sense. If this number is 4 right here, everything matches up. 6, 4, 8. 6 times 3 triples it, 18. 4 times 3 triples it, 12. Got this piece 8 times 3, don't give me 16. 8 times 3, 24. Good question. All right, let's start rewarding these people. And all my people turn in original paper, I'll get you. Daphne.
For the middle one, is what you're supposed to do, like, just get the ratios or just solve the x?
You're setting up the ratio and show me you know the math to get the answer for it.
Okay.
You're showing me ratio. The main thing is ratios is your pattern matches. And like when you're hearing Catalina talk, she was saying another way she could have done x not over 6, but x over this piece, as long as she stayed consistent and did it 12 over this long piece too. As long as your ratios match perfect, and as long as your time's in it right. All right, Jeff.
So for the first one, I was confused because the first one, GX, you go 1, and then from there, do you like go up 3, or do you go from like the 0? And go
Are you talking about just graphing this one?
Yeah, graph.
I gotta know to graph. The first number told her where to start.
So then,
And then,
3 from the first
and
one.
then, I'm not even done graphing this bad boy. You don't even think about this guy first. Get this one on paper. Start at 1, right there. Then with my pencil in my hand, I look at this slope pattern, which tells me from that spot, my pencil's taking a little journey. It's going 2 boxes to the right, but because my 1 is negative, after I make that 2-box journey right, I go down 1, right 2, down 1, right 2, down 1. But I gotta be able to reverse that pattern, up 1, left 2. That is how I graph just this line. Gotta know how to graph it.
No, I know the graph. I was just asking, like, so from the first one you graph, that one, do you go up 3 from there?
Yeah, this shift number always will match how far this spot goes up or down. If this would have -3, sorry Joe, I didn't understand the question. If this would have been -3, I would have took that and went down 3, and then I could have drew that line with the same slope. The slope never changes. And then I could have wrote the equation of that because I have the slope and I have eyeballs that have good eyes and I could see. That would be -1/2 -2. You see that? But if that -3 number, that just tells you where you're going to. It doesn't give you the new line's y-intercept. That you get either from your eyeball, or if this would have been -3, doing the math, that 1 -3 would have given me -2 algebraically. So you're really starting to understand it. Good job, kid. I don't know if you guys witnessed that. He's brain's fire. Anybody else? Okay, I'm gonna have you, hopefully you have all that right. I'm gonna have you turn that in for free points, you in the audience. Those who gave me these to look at, I'll reward you, I promise. Can you turn those in to me? Let's give you 10 seconds to get these up to my hand, or you gotta submit them on your side. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, wow. 4, 3, getting close. 2, 1. All right, there we go. I gotta do that because if I don't, it'll take like less than 5 minutes for you guys to print those in. I've seen it in there a long time. Okay, let's talk about today's stuff. Because that stuff is review. I hope you know it. If you don't, and you feel like your class is leaving you behind, I'm here every day at lunch or break to help you. I know other teachers that can help you. I know you're smart enough to do this. Here's today's stuff. And Joe showed me he understood that. He's well prepared for today's stuff. And whoever else out there listening to me. And then always I'm going to say it every time. No way this math is above any of you. No way. If you're in this class, you made it through junior high math, you're smart enough to be here, you qualify. None of this stuff is above you. If people are getting it right, it just shows that if they could do it, you could do it. Don't be discouraged. But always know kind of in the back of your mind, these people are going to be taking your job. You better try to stay with them. Because I'm trying to get you ready for the real world, plus teach you math. And then also know the math I teach you, yeah, I know you're not probably ever going to use it ever, but don't be hung up on that. Know that if you could learn this, you're going to learn anything out there in the real world that someone's going to try to teach you. All right, so here you go. Here's my spiel. I don't expect you to write nothing, but I expect you to look up here and maybe have something to have me try to explain to you. But what we're doing is kind of the same thing where we give you the first one and you move it and you get the second one. But today's math is about what's really happening with these numbers right here. That 1 and that -4 to get -3. Because what we're going to start doing is we're not going to give you the lines. We're just going to give you the two equations. And we're going to tell you that the first one is the pre-image and the second one is the new one. But it's going to be up to you to see that if we give you the y-intercepts of the starting one and the new one, you really have to do the math to figure out really what that shift number is. Because if I'm going from just pure looking at this without any graphs, from 13 to -5, that's really a net change of going down the y-axis 18 boxes. Same y-intercept though. But again, what they're trying to do is have you write the real transformation equation right there based on the original and the new one. And they want you to do it with graphs too, with a table. With a table, you got to go way back in time to the first quarter and know that the change in these numbers are like your y numbers. That's your slope. You could use those numbers to get your two equations. And then it's back to task. What's going on with those numbers? What was happening? And if you're looking at this, hopefully you're kind of coming up with some kind of questions. Again, the math. What's going on with these two numbers? Here's the first one. Here's the new one. What happened from 1 to -3? You could algebraically figure out what happened there to get that number. All right, what do you think? Someone's got to be tripping. Nothing? All right, this is. I'm going to do a couple for you, and then I want you to try to do all of them on that back page and turn them. All right, so here you go. First one. We're going to give you the first one. It's going to be the pre-image. That's the first one. The second one that we give you is going to be after the move up or down. Gotta know that. If it's a table, the first one we're giving you is the pre-image. The second one is the image. Watch out, sports fan, because on those other problems I'm giving you, I'm trying to see if you're really looking. Are you really paying attention? It's the first one is the pre-image. The second one is the image. The first one is the starting one. The second one is after the move. If I try to be tricky, and like over here, we realize that's the first one. And this is after the move. Know that. So first thing, setting up parameters. The first one given is the pre-image. The second one is the image. The slopes are going to be the same. So if you really want in this translation form, you could just right away say, g of x, I got this new one from plugging in the f of x one. But now it's going to be me to find out what this number is right here. From the first one starting at 6 down to -2, some people, because they're just so smart, really can see really what you did if you started at 6 on the y-axis and went all the way down to -2. They see how far it went down. They can put that -8 right there right away. Or some people algebraically got to do this math. This 6 plus some unknown shift number. I don't know what that is. It's called K. Equals -2. Because some people got to find out that number this way. So if I take and solve this algebraically and take away 6, that gives me the shift number, what it would have had to be. It had to be -8. So if I want to write the translation form, it was The new one was formed from me taking the slope and the y-intercept of the first one and subtracting 8. That's where I got this -2. Stop right there. Someone's got to come up with a question. Question? Alright, and then again on this, either by just because you're smart looking at -2 to 1, some people can see how far it went down the y-axis. You know this is going to be f of x right here in blue. But again, if you can't see this in your head, show me, you know what, for today, show me the algebra, even if you do this in your head. I want to see that this -2 plus some unknown shift number moved it to 1. Even if you know the shift number, I want to see this. So if I solve for k there and take away 2, for that situation to show this, the k number had to be... Oh, did I make a mistake? Oh, I'm adding right there. Look at that. Even with my math degree. So this would be +3. Always keep me honest. And then this one right here, be careful. This one, the f of x1, I messed up here. You should write this as f of x right there. I see a little discrepancy. First period, you're always kind of working out the bugs here. I should have, when I was trying to fool you and switch these, I should have wrote this as f of x. But this one is plugging in the g of x1 here. And then that math right there to find out what that k number is. Again, this 6 plus some unknown number gives me -1. Show me that math. This 6 plus that unknown k equals -1. Solve that for k. Even if you know what k is going to be, show me that math. But then look at the wording. This one had f of x plus 3. The f of x was transformed into the g of x1. But this one had the g of x1 transformed into the f of x1. And then for your equations, I want you to be able to write equations quickly from tables. This is your y-intercept number. When x is 0, your y number from these two over here, that's your y-intercept number. So I want you to see, those are your y-intercepts. The first y-intercept for f of x line is 0, 10. The y-intercept for the g line is 0, 14. The slope is coming from the change in the y numbers, going up by trace by 3. Hopefully you're seeing if I did that correctly, going up by 3. So the red equation and the blue equation, write them first from the table. These problems, I gave you the equations right away. These, you got to write the equations yourself and then do this math. So this first one has a slope of 3. Put that in front of x. And a y-intercept of 10. The one in red has a slope of 3, because these translations always have the same slope, but a y-intercept of 14 right there. Know that for this problem, the original was this one. The new one was this one. Hopefully, without even doing any algebra, you're seeing that it's going up by 4. And then I mislabeled this, hold on. I'm going to be looking for labels, so really make sure I'm being precise myself. This is the g of x line. So when I do this, the g of x line came from me plugging in the f of x line and adding 4. So again, if they give you the equations, use the slope as the same, but then use the y-intercepts to get that k number. All right, for 5 and 6, I'll let you try those. I'll do number 5 for you, then I'll help you with the rest. But number 5 right there, if I do 5, the equation in blue, looks like I'm going up by 3, is that right? No, going up by 5. That number it's going up by That's your slope number. That goes in front of x. Those numbers over there on top, those are your y-intercepts. That blue one, that blue equation, has a slope of 5x and a y-intercept of 4. That red one, that G one, got a slope of 5, but a y-intercept of -2. Know that this one started f of x, new one g of x. So if you want right away, g of x came from me plugging in the f of x with its same slope, but its new y-intercept. And then again, either from your math, show me this. That 4 plus some unknown k, this one's a little more complex, show the algebra, -2. Solve that for k. Alright, what do you think? Anything I explained better, different about identifying the y-intercept of the new one and the original one? Seeing the change? Knowing what to write here? Notice this one, I didn't put f of x, I wrote g of x here. What do you think? Alright, I want you to try to get all 10 of these done or all of these done on the back. Yeah, play a little mellow music for you while you're working. And I'll come around and try to help you best I can. Maybe some of you who didn't want to ask questions out loud, maybe I could kneel down next to you and try my best to show you what we're doing. You have calculators for you? Never expect you to do the math by hand. I got calculators. Help anybody? So all these people in class, no one's asking for help, so let's sweeten up. Oh, just extra credit for someone I help. Oh, Brian. So I was trying to help people, but no one was having me come over. So I offered extra credit to someone to have me help them, and Brian raised his hand. So just know in Zoom FU, I'm the only teacher on this campus that gives extra credit for questions. Next year, you ask a question, teachers can get mad at you for not paying attention. But this year, extra credit. But you know what? You guys are ready because it looks like you never ask questions, so you'll be good next year. But if you're confused, please make your teacher earn their money and explain. This is going up by, or going down by 1. So you have to make a 1 here, not down. Well, from here to here, it's not going up by 7. Because if it was going up by 7, that would have been 8. You're telling me I'm taking the original one and moving it up 7? It's not. If you move it up 7 boxes, it doesn't go 6. By 5. So is this what we're so what if you're not getting this number right, show me that 1 plus that k number equals 6. So that should 5. Other than that, you're doing good. Your slope is good. Your y-intercepts are good. Help anybody? Well, that's what you wrote. Because really, I mean, if you start at 3 on the y-axis and moved it down 5 boxes, it ends up at negative 2 on the y-axis. But your math is good. So that is perfect. Hope anybody? Oh, yep, and period 1. You guys are always kind of making things, so yeah, that should be F, right? And then this one should be, yeah, this is the one. Oh, number 8. And just the reality, period 1, you guys are always like kind of the first to do the run of things, so little discrepancies that I find. So I'll try to fix those. Hold on, let me just make this change while I'm remembering, otherwise I'll forget. All right, who's asking for me?
I think it's the same thing on number 10.
The way I wrote it?
Yeah, translation form.
Ooh, that's another one too. Huh? That should be for number 10. And you guys seeing that just shows really how smart you guys are in understanding this easy concept. Thank you, Daphne. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate it. Couldn't do it without you. Or teammates. I'm not your enemy, I'm your teammate. Then kick back a little bit and be ready to put out. Check grade. We want to correct and make that help people. People won't have you come over and help them, so you want to. But some of your answers, like this one right here, from 4 to 6. So you're telling me 4 to 6 is the one that I 4. That's 8 right there. That's just. Or you can have just make sure your name's on here because they're like this one. So if you need help, you got Angel here. He's showing me he's got him all right. You don't want an old man helping you and have someone young help you. Angel. Because every person you help, so you get extra credit. Or if anyone else is done, I need you. They listen more to young people than old men. So, this would be very hard. You wouldn't be equal. That would be less. test day, and it's a big test grade, then you go, oh man, this is fast. So if we just change that, that's really good. So, unless it's subtracting, then just minus 4. But yeah, we never put a equal there. You see how you have like a triple equal? We would never do that. The thing is, you're understanding this. You're writing the equation here, and you're seeing it change. This one, though, I have issue with minus 4, though, because if it's starting at 4, this is the first one, and it's going to 8, you're telling me that's going down, right? Yeah, so this should be plus. And then what I'm doing, people who are getting this number wrong without showing me work are getting it points to the top. Some people, though, are taking this 4 and 8 and trying to show me that algebra to find that number technically. Because if you do this math and you get it wrong, you'll get way more credit than if you get this wrong without showing that. Does that kind of make sense? So yeah, if you are 100% sure that the starting at 1, so 1 up by 4 is increasing by 3, then you're good. But I would, if I was you, I would get rid of it. But always just, even if it's something easy like this, like because even if you get like these one, maybe you'll get the math looks good. 3 down to negative 2 is going down by 5. Negative 1 is 7, going up by 8. You're doing good here. If you want to help people here, it's great. Got another helper, Aiden. Maybe you got some lady helpers up there. I'm gonna go with it. If you're done, I have faith you're right. Help people. I need you. Like, well, I have faith you're right on this. You want to help people or you just relax. And then make sure your name's on it. So Paloma can help you if you want. Joe can help you. We're about to do something else here before we end our day. So if you want help with these, you got people who can help you. I have faith in their answers. If they made a mistake, it's probably super minor. If they do help you, like I see Paloma helping, make sure you tell me so I could give these people their points. I see Paloma helping. So if someone ever helps you in my class, make sure you tell me. Because people will help my teammates, I'm going to help them. And a lot of times, when someone young explaining, people listen. Can I help anybody? Yeah, Joe can help you, Catalina. You got Jerome. Anyone? You got Jerome, brother? Show the ladies respect, or show the ladies respect, guys. That will be much better for you. We're going to do something in about 2 minutes. So can I help anyone get this done in these 2 minutes? Anyone help me? So this one will have a fx negative 1x. Yeah, the number's going down. What I'm liking is you're showing me this map. Right. I was talking and some people are trying to get fancy and figure out that number. Yeah, best day if they do that, miss it, they'll be way less credit than someone trying to show you that. You go for 100%. Yeah. 4, 5, down. It would be just one as. No, it's still. It should be still that breath plus. 190. So if you take away one, that's this. Yeah, from 1 on the y-axis down to -1 on the y-axis, it's really getting down. Good. You see, right? Yeah. Okay, can I collect this from you? Finish or not? I have this one. Let's end our day, right? Oops, sorry. And then give you time to talk to Ray. I always want to give you time, you people live with me, to go back privately, go over your grade with you without anyone hearing. Because you should be at 100%. There's no reason why your grade's not 100%. And you hope you get your grade to 100%. Our Canvas days are done. We're back to normal. I always, since 1996, since I've been here, always give them full credit for work, even if it's late. As long as you do it, that's all I care about. Just do it. All right, so let's end our day. We're just going to report out real quick. I'm going to pull up this screen. Those of you in the audience, can you just chill out on packing up your stuff? Because I can't hear because I'm old. People in Zoom land, can you hear me out there? All right, so for a grade and for attendance purposes, I'm going to start with all my Group C people. I want you just, hopefully, you can see this screen. Let me make sure you can. All you need to do is tell me something I tried to learn you today, and I'll give you your points and mark you present. All right, Edwin, are you out there, Edwin? Ryan, are you out there? Jessica, are you out there? Violet, are you out there? Priscilla, are you out there? This is attendance purposes here, Priscilla. Alexis, are you out there? This is Alexis? All right, Alexis, first one in Group C to not be marked absent. So far, everyone in Group C is absent at this point. Good job, Paloma. And I'm going to disable the chat because at this point, your equipment should be working. So I'm not even looking at chats anymore. I don't have time for that. I got people in front of me. So Alexis, good job. First one here. Alexis, can you tell me something I taught you today? So for these, are these lines being moved to the right, left, or are they being moved up or down? Can they move up sometimes too? Yeah, so it's either up or down. That's all we're doing. They're shifting. The slope never changes. Only the y-intercept number changes. And you either can get that from graphing or you get it algebraically. All right, Matt, are you out there, Matt? All right, Matt didn't want to be marked absent. Can you tell me something I taught you today? All right, good job. Jaylene, are you out there? Taylor, are you out there? All right, Taylor, can you tell me something I taught you today? All right, good job. What numbers are you really looking at when you get those table numbers? Yep, good job. Find those y-intercepts. Good job. Anyone else in group C? Are you out there? All right, so before I start calling on my people in class, the only people here in group C today are Taylor, Alexis, and Matt. Is there anyone else out there in group C that wants to talk to me about what I taught you today? All right, so you know Taylor, Alexis, Matt, only people here today. I don't care about all these other people. You are not here. If I don't hear you, all these people on my list, you are not really here. All right, so 3 people in group C. I would say that's good, but I would be lying. That's crappy. All right, here we go. People in class. Paloma, can you tell me something?
I learned how to get the translation from a graph.
From a graph?
Yeah.
How do you know which one is the starting one, which is the new one?
Huh?
If you're looking at just a graph, how do I know just by looking at these that one of them's the starting one, the pre-image, and the other one's after the slide?
The GX is the pre-image and the FX is the image.
How would I know just by looking at this?
Because it has
All right, please don't pack up. That's misconduct now. I'll try to work. I was being disrespectful. After that, it'll be a discipline problem. Don't pack up while I'm trying to hear it. Sorry, Paloma. One more time.
because it has the 1/3x.
All right, good job. How about Bryant? Do you know from just by looking at these which is the pre-image, which is the image?
X. GX.
How do you know?
Because that's the X.
All right, someone's going to tell me, Alex, how do I know which is the pre-image and which is the image just by looking at it like this?
It's the actual equation. X plus b. It's in an x plus b form.
Yep, this is always the pre-image, the starting one, right? And then how do I know this one is after the change?
It's after the change because it's all in the b, like the origin star after.
Yeah, or do you see how this is the only one that has fx and g of x in it? But the other one only has g of x. So when you see that one without the fx, that's the pre-image. But this one, that's always the look of the image of the transformation one. Good job, Alex. All right, Catalina, are you out there? Catalina, how do I know just by looking at these which is the pre-image, which is the image?
The pre-image is the MX plus B, and then the other image is the X plus G of X.
Good job. Hopefully I hammered that topic home. Asia, can you tell me something about today?
I learned how to do the translation from the chart.
From this?
Yeah.
So when I'm getting these equations from the table, what numbers from those equations am I really focusing on to try to find this term?
The 3 at the top with the FX and the BX.
Do you remember what I called these when you have x is 0 and the y number? Do you remember what I called those? Starts with a y. These are the y-intercept numbers, yep. So you're using these tables to get your slope number, but you're really looking at these intercept numbers to see the vertical shift up or down to get your shift number. Good job. Lola, can you tell me something?
I learned how to do translations when you try to go.
Okay, and then back to this chart. What numbers from these equations am I really looking for here?
The y-intercept.
Good job. And then behind Lola, I got an Angel. Angel, by looking at this chart, how do I know which is the pre-image, which is the image, just by looking at a chart?
Pre-image, the fx, by looking at pre-image is by the fx and the after image.
What if this was gx right here and this was fx?
It wouldn't matter because fx is open to pre-image.
Ooh, you know what? Well, I want you to know for tables, I'm going to have the first one be the pre-image. So there will be problems, Angel, where I try to be tricky and make this the g of x1 and this is f of x. So this would turn into f of x is the g of x1. All right, thank you, Angel, for listening. Caleb, can you tell me something?
I learned how to solve with K's in the translation form.
Sweet, algebraically.
Yeah.
And then this is important to me that Caleb brought that up because some of you are trying to get fancy schmancy and trying to get that answer without doing the algebra. And I'm telling you, the person who on the test tries to get fancy and get that but gets it wrong is going to get way less points than the person who shows me this and gets it wrong. Does that make sense? So if I was you, don't take the chance. Show this, even if it's like 1 to 3, and you're like, oh, plus 2. I thank you. Avon, can you tell me something?
I can't tell you something that you've already
Anything.
heard, but I've learned algebra.
Like what part of algebra?
I've had a chart, a graph like that. That's what I learned.
Good job, Avon. Giovanna, can you tell me something? So for a table, Giovanna, what number tells you the slope number that goes in front of x? Like how, from this table here, how did I know that the blue line's equation had a slope of 2x and this red one had a... How do I know to put 2's there? Yeah, that's how much you're adding each time, right? Good job, lady. If this was like plus 3 right here, what would I put in front of x if these were going up by 3? Good job, lady. Good job. All right, Kamani, can you tell me what the lady in front of you was saying?
She was talking about the translation from the chart.
And I asked her, how did I get this 2 right here? Do you remember what she said?
Because it's adding my to each time.
Good job, Sid. All right, Cynthia. Abram, can you tell me something?
I learned how to get the translation out of the table.
Okay. Good job. Joseph, can you tell me something?
Today I learned that for adding for the second a line, you add from the first point on the graph.
Oh, from here?
The one I was confused on.
Okay, yeah, so the starting one, and then the new one's going to be the y-intercept that far up or down from that? Good job, Joe. Hannah, can you tell me something?
I think that when you're graphing and there's no fraction, you put the one in front of us. Like in the business bowl.
Like if it was just like plain x,
Yeah.
put one there. Good job. Daphne, can you tell me something?
How to do it with the translation.
Okay, so on this table, how do I know what the slope is? How do I know what the y-intercept is?
Like this on the side of your line.
That's your slope number, right? Okay, so yeah.
At 0, f(x) is with
The y-intercept. Good job. Yeah, because this is the coordinate 0, 4 technically. This is the coordinate 0 for x, negative 2. It's kind of tricky that this is the x coordinate that goes with these. 0, 4, 1, 6, 2, 8, 3, 10. But the other set of coordinates, 0, negative 2, 1, 0, 2, 2. Tricky how they do that. All right, Kenyana, can you tell me something?
I learned how to find the translation form without the graph.
All right, good job. Cynthia, can you tell me something?
I learned how to find the translation form with the graph and algebraically.
Good job, lady. Jesus.
I learned how to get the equation from the table.
Karina?
I learned how to do the table and how to do it without the graph.
Good job. And then Camille?
I learned how to get the first point for the second line on the graph. Like the -4 or -4.
Okay. All right, we're done for the day. Is there anyone else out there in Zoomlander land that didn't talk to me or in front of me? All right, we're done. Oh, man, give me 2 minutes to keep that started. I'm just going to give you more. In these 2 minutes, won't come back top grids. You can relax. Now you have the green light to bust out your phone if you want. Now you have the green light to bust out that phone. You guys worked plenty hard. Please thank the people who helped you if they helped you. And I'll now let those people go based on the number of stars that are in there. We're always happy to talk to you about your grade. Try to help you get that grade up to 100%. If what I'm teaching you, I'm not cutting it. I got other teachers. I got their phone numbers and their emails. They can teach you better. Alright, can I let the people with all the stars? I think that's Alex, Bryant, Paloma, Kathleen. I'm gonna let Avian go because his stars overcame his misconduct today. Avian, you go. Daphne, Joe, and Camille. All the people who earn stars miles, either asking questions or have me help them or checking their grade. Giovanna, you're out here. Giovanna, you have me. I help you, Giovanna. Angel, I help you. Angel. Giovanna, I help you. And then who else I help? Help anybody? Did I kneel down and help you? See, just recognizing the people who have me. All right, rest of you awesome people, have a good day. I'll see you not tomorrow, but